कर दीजिए। Hello everyone. Hello everyone. A very good evening. Good evening to all of you. I welcome you all to the Change IS platform. And today we are here to talk about the Interlinkages program that's starting today. Okay. So we are going to talk about the very program, but first I'd like to give some idea about how to go about the answers. What are the things that you need to do in order to score good marks in geography optional? And if you are looking at the trends, okay, we have seen that a lot of questions are asked from the contemporary things. A very good evening, Rahul. And so we'll be talking about how to tackle these things within the given time frame. Many a times students are like, you have left revisions for a very long period of time and you fail to realize that even in this limited time it is very easy to score good marks. And we'll be looking at the perspectives, we'll be looking at the things which can actually help you to score good marks. A very good evening, Anup, Vignesh, a very good evening, Rani, a very good evening, Anup. Okay, so everybody has to make sure that you listen to the things that I'm going to talk about, and later you can ask your questions. First, I'll give you the insights how to go about the exam, what are the things which are required to score good marks and to be into the ranks, like maybe Pranjal, who did it in the very first attempt. Good evening, Rani beta. Okay, so we have an example in Pranjal. Okay, even if you have not many years invested in this preparation of the civil services, still you can score good marks in your optional and you can qualify. And if you look at the mark sheet of Pranjal, you'll see that he made it through with the help of geography. Rest of the subjects were not in a very good state. In fact, 2 of the subjects in GS did not fetch him good marks, and still he made it. He made it in the very first attempt within the limited span of time. Okay, that too within 2-3 months of time that he had invested to prepare for the mains. Okay, so we'll be talking about everything, and like I said, I'll be entertaining each and every question that you have. Okay, so Rani beta, yeah, 11 months are remaining, so probably you are targeting next year, but still, yeah, that is a lot of time. I can assure you that if you want to score good marks in geography, even this period, okay, that we are left with, definitely it is more than sufficient to score around 300 marks in geography, or maybe more than that. Okay, and if you want to do that thing, you'll have to make sure that you are following some of the things which are necessary, that we'll be discussing. Okay, and okay, Rani, yeah, of course there is a lot of time to clear in 2023, and like I said, still you have ample opportunity. And if you are looking at this photograph, that is of Pranjal Srivastava, who got 299 rank this year. He did it in the very first attempt. Okay, the very first attempt, and with limited time. It was the first time he appeared for the exam and he cleared. Okay, so definitely you can too. So specifically today I'm going to talk about one of the programs which you can see, that is the Interlinkages program. And many a times people get confused ki what exactly is the Interlinkages. Okay, so basically this Interlinkages program is the linkages that exist, okay, between the chapters, the linkages that exist between the subject matter of geography. Okay, many a times you see a question which looks like a question of general studies, and you tend to attempt it like you do in general studies, which fails to give you good marks. अगर आपको ज्यादा नंबर चाहिए, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपको ज्यादा नंबर आए सब्जेक्ट में, तो एक चीज आपको हमेशा ध्यान देनी होगी, और वो ये है कि आप ये हमेशा रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे कि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग ज्योग्राफी में अच्छी है. Okay, you'll have to make sure that you reflect that you have a better understanding in the subject matter. It is not only about what you have read in the textbook or what you have read in the current affairs. You'll have to make sure that you are offering a combination of both the things in order to fetch more marks. Okay, Anup has a question. Yeah, Anup, definitely you can do that. Okay, definitely it is something that you can do that at that point in time, but still I will want you to attend the session so that you'll understand how to go about it with the regular sessions also. What exactly is the thing that you need to pick? आपको कौन सी चीज exactly pick करनी है? आप जो रेगुलर कोर्सेज भी कर रहे हैं उसमें से exactly क्या हमें करना है वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. Okay, so in order to understand that, you have to make sure that you are going through this session, you are attending this session, which will give you a pretty clear idea what exactly needs to be done in order to score good marks. क्योंकि जब हम सिलेबस पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो ये चीजें बहुत फैली हुई होती हैं. चीजें हम क्या है कि बहुत सारी चीजें हम अलग अलग चैप्टर्स में पढ़ते हैं, और अचानक जब आंसर लिखना होता है तो हमें समझ ही नहीं आता है कि हम सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स को यूज कैसे करें. So basically in this program I am going to talk about how exactly you can utilize the concepts that you have read in chapters which are spread, let's say, in different bits in the syllabus. Okay, because we'll be requiring all those concepts to write the answers. We'll need some jargons, we'll need some kind of language which can help us to reflect that you are a student of geography who have read it properly. Okay, and how we are going to do it, I'll explain it in a little while. Okay, and for this thing I want everybody to have some patience, and let me start with the discussion which can help you to understand the things a lot better, a lot it will become a lot easier for you to utilize the things that you have already read. आपने जो भी पढ़ा है वो चीजें आपको अचानक आसान लगने वाली हैं, अचानक मैनेजेबल लगने वाली हैं, दैट टू विद इन अ लिमिटेड स्पैन ऑफ टाइम. बहुत कम समय में भी आप कर सकते हैं. ये चीज आप आज समझेंगे. हाँ अनूप, यू आर डूइंग द राइट थिंग. दिस इज द थिंग दैट यू नीड टू डू. You need to invest a lot in this your time optimally, prudently, so that you can balance the revision process and also in reading the new things. Okay, a very good evening Roshan beta. Okay, so now let us start with some of the required discussion. Let me help you with understanding of the things which are important in order to score मोर मार्क्स इन ज्योग्राफी. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले अगर हम बात करते हैं, जिससे भी आपने सुना हो, जिससे भी आपने पहले पढ़ा हो, या आप मुझे से पढ़ रहे हो, ठीक है, सो you'll always listen to some of the things which people tell you in order to score more marks. तो उनका रेलेवेंस क्या है और वो क्या चीजें हैं उस पर पहले हम बात करते हैं. ओके, सो इन ऑर्डर टू स्कोर मोर मार्क्स, ओके, score good in geography, or let's say 300 plus marks. Okay, and this is not something that is very new. ये सभी लोग आपको बताते होंगे. Everybody, whoever is teaching or whoever has given this exam, maybe if you'll talk to them, they'll definitely talk about this thing, but they don't tell you what exactly needs to be done in order to fetch most of it. So सबसे पहली चीज जो कोई भी बताता है आपको ज्योग्राफी में, okay, they'll ask you to make maybe maps, some flow diagrams. Okay, so basically some representation which makes your answer more visible. आपका आंसर जिसकी वजह से क्या है कि थोड़ा ज्यादा visible हो जाता है. जिसकी वजह से क्या है कि आपके आंसर्स पे चेक करने वाले का ध्यान जाता है. ओके, या अनूप, डेफिनेटली जैसा मैंने पहले भी बताया था कि ये प्लान है, वो जैसे ही क्या है कि दिल्ली विजिट होगी तो ये होगा. ठीक है, अभी सिलेक्शन के बाद क्या है कि थोड़ा सा लोग आना जाना यहाँ वहाँ रहता है, बहुत लोग इनवाइट करते हैं तो वो इतना टाइम नहीं निकाल पा रहे हैं. बट whenever he is visiting Delhi, definitely we are going to have one session with him so that you can interact and you can ask your questions and you can yourself know that how some of the things can be achieved in limited period of time. कम समय में कैसे अचीव होता है. Now maps, flow diagrams सभी बताते हैं. दूसरी चीज अगर हम बात करते हैं, so everybody will ask you to put some of the examples or maybe case studies. Okay, so examples, it means that it is one word or one line. Case studies, it means that you explain it a little elaborately. Okay, so this is what is the difference between example and case study. The third thing, definitely you must have heard, everybody must have advised that you need to make sure that you're backing your arguments with some facts. With some facts. ठीक है, ये भी सभी लोग बताते हैं. Okay, so these are some of the general guidelines which everybody would give you, and that is necessary also. Everybody has to make sure that you are focusing on these aspects as well. Okay, फिर क्या बताते हैं? You need to use some models, theories, thinkers. Okay, to show their connect with some of the contemporary things. Connect with contemporary things. Okay, so this is something that everybody will tell you, and even I would, right? मैं भी बताऊंगा. बट सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम कहां आती है? ओके, व्हाट इज द थिंग दैट बिकम्स ट्रबलसम? ए वेरी गुड इवनिंग अंकित बेटा. सो आई टेक ऑल योर क्वेश्चंस, जिनके भी जितने भी सवाल हैं सारे मैं लेने वाला हूं. बट फर्स्ट आई वांट यू टू मेक श्योर दैट यू आर ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड द थिंग विच कैन हेल्प यू स्कोर मोर मार्क्स इन ज्योग्राफी. ओके, अब ये चीजें भी बताई जाती हैं, प्लस your language, use of some of the words. Okay, your language, that depicts that you have good command over geography. Okay, this was something even I was told whenever I asked somebody when I was preparing. ये सभी लोग पूछते हैं, सभी लोग बताते हैं, बट ये चीजें यहां लिखी भी हुई हैं जो आप हमेशा से सुनते भी आते हैं. What you have learned from this? What is the thing that you can make out of this thing even when it is present here? शायद कुछ नहीं. ठीक है, ये एक जनरल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है कि ये एलिमेंट्स होने चाहिए, बट ये एलिमेंट्स हम यूज कैसे करने वाले हैं? हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू यूटिलाइज ऑल दीज थिंग्स इन आवर आंसर्स, बिकॉज ये लिखने में ही आधा आंसर हो गया है. ओके, ए वेरी गुड इवनिंग आशीर्वाद बेटा, वेरी गुड इवनिंग. जब हम इसको स्पेसिफाई कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ वी आर स्पेसिफाइंग दैट दीज मेनी थिंग्स नीड्स टू बी इंक्लूडेड इन द आंसर. एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम ओनली it's already complicated. Okay, because if you look at the number of words that I have written, it's approximately 40-50. Okay, 1/3 of your answer, or for 10-mark question it will become half of your answer. तो फिर आप इतनी सारी चीजें करेंगे कैसे? Okay, reading a notebook which is like स्पैनिंग अराउंड मे बी 400, 500, 800 पेजेस. इतने सारे पेजेस हैं जो आपको पढ़ने हैं. ओके, और उसमें से आपको ये सारी चीजें निकालनी है, समझना है और फिर आंसर लिखना है. यू आर सपोज टू ऑर्गेनाइज ऑल दीज थिंग्स, दैट टू इन ए limited span of time. So do you think it is possible if you have not given a thought being at your room, or maybe when you're trying to write some of the answers, or if your notebook doesn't have these things organized at a place? जब तक ये एक जगह होगा नहीं तो आप करेंगे कैसे? Okay, and this is what we are going to learn through the program that I am running, that is Interlinkages. ठीक है, बहुत सारे प्रोग्राम हैं, आप 5-5 घंटे, 6-6 घंटे, 8-8 घंटे सिर्फ ऑप्शनल को तो दे नहीं सकते हैं. ठीक है, मेनी ऑफ द प्रोग्राम्स आर देयर, वेयर देयर व्हेन आई वाज प्रिपेयरिंग एज वेल, व्हिच आस्क यू टू इन्वेस्ट so much time into the optional that you become fearful that you'll not be able to give time to your general studies or maybe essay preparation. ठीक है, so this program makes it easier for you. How? वो अभी हम देखेंगे कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं. अगर आप खुद भी कोशिश करेंगे तो ये चीजें आपको आ सकती हैं, लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव लेस टाइम, वी हैव लेस टाइम टू डू दिस थिंग. ओके, वी डोंट हैव एम्पल टाइम बिफोर दिस मेंस. तो इतने लिमिटेड पीरियड में करना है. इज इट डूएबल विद इन 50 आवर्स, और रियली वी रिक्वायर 200 आवर्स टू डू दिस थिंग एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम. ओके, तो अभी ये चीज हम समझने की कोशिश करेंगे, एंड you'll understand now only when I'll speak a little more about these things. You'll understand that yeah, it is doable within a limited span of time where you get an opportunity to invest enough time for your other subjects as well. Okay, a very good evening, Ayan. Okay, you're a little late but it's all right. I'd want you to watch the things that you have missed. जो आपका मिस हो गया है वो बाद में आप देख लीजिएगा. Okay, yeah, Asirvad, that is wonderful. If you're following those things, I'm pretty sure that you'll get the rewards as well. Okay, the things that are suggested, if you are going to follow that. अब ये क्या है कि map, flow diagrams, everything we have talked about, and why these things are necessary. Along with this thing, we need something more. Okay, we need something more. Okay, समथिंग मोर का मतलब क्या है? द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. यहां पे जो आपका क्या है, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट द एग्जामिनर इज इंटरेस्टेड इन रीडिंग योर आंसर स्क्रिप्ट. सभी क्या है, वही नोट्स पढ़ते हैं, सभी वही कंटेंट पढ़ते हैं. अभी जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी का कोई टॉपिक है या फिर कोई करंट अफेयर्स में चल रहा है टॉपिक, रशिया यूक्रेन, कौन डिफरेंट पढ़ने वाला है? एवरीबडी इज गोइंग टू रीड द सेम थिंग, एवरीबडी इज गोइंग टू राइट द सेम फैक्ट. Okay, but how you do this thing is going to determine who is going to score more marks. In order to score more marks, you will have to do something little differently. आपको थोड़ा सा अलग दूसरों से करना होगा. वो कैसे हो सकता है वो अभी हम देखने वाले हैं. Okay, so हाँ आशीर्वाद, you have done the right thing. That is the right thing to do. Everybody can do this thing and they can gain. Okay, so if I continue with this thing, तो इन सारे एस्पेक्ट्स को, मैप्स को कैसे यूज करना है, एग्जाम्पल्स को कैसे यूज करना है, हाउ टू बैक योर आर्गुमेंट्स विथ फैक्ट्स एंड हाउ टू प्रेजेंट द फैक्ट्स, इट्स प्रेजेंटेशन इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, तो इन चीजों के साथ आपके पास क्या है, योर प्रेजेंटेशन इज ऑल्सो अ लॉट इंपॉर्टेंट इन ऑर्डर टू स्कोर 300 प्लस मार्क्स. इतने नंबर लाने के लिए आपका प्रेजेंटेशन भी बहुत ज्यादा मैटर करने वाला है. ओके, सो ये सारी चीजें यहां तक मे बी many of you are aware, and if you'll even look at your notebook, that is a notebook of geography, right, you'll see a lot of diagrams, flow diagrams, and you can easily understand what exactly is needed. But what about this area? What about this area? Okay, you have so many chapters, so many contemporary issues. इसमें क्या है कि जब हम आंसर लिख रहे होते हैं, okay, when we are writing some of the answer, what we expect we expect that we'll be able to reflect the language which can help you to so that you are a student of geography. okay, या फिर कंटेम्प्रेरी चीजों को मॉडल्स से या थ्योरीज से कैसे जोड़ेंगे, ये चीज ये चैलेंजिंग है, तो इसे हम आसान कैसे कर सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ लेट्स से दैट वी टेक सम इश्यूज, विल टेक सम इश्यूज. मैं एग्जांपल लेके डायरेक्टली समझाता हूं कि आसान कैसे है. ओके, व्हेन वी ग्रुप सम ऑफ द थिंग्स, ओके, in a particular manner, then it becomes easier. When you are reading, let's say, economic geography, okay, you'll be reading about, let's say, Zimmerman, one theorist. okay, you'll come across his Zimmerman. Perspectives of geography में भी उसको पढ़ते हैं हम. ठीक है, जब आप क्या है कि दूसरे चैप्टर पर्सपेक्टिव पढ़ रहे होते हैं, इन्वायरमेंटल डिटर्मिनिज्म, पॉसिबिलिज्म. ओके, सो सच कॉन्सेप्ट्स, कल्चरल कॉन्सेप्ट्स हम पढ़ते हैं. हंटिंगटन ने क्या कहा है. सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वी रीड इन अ स्कैटर्ड मैनर. यू आर रीडिंग एवरीथिंग इन अ स्कैटर्ड मैनर. सो दिस स्कैटर्ड थिंग we cannot exactly utilize in exam until and unless we have given a thought. But when you start grouping the things, okay, अनूप बेटा इसमें मैं बात करूंगा, ये मिल जाएगी आपको, मैं भी शेयर कर दूंगा कुछ. ए वेरी गुड इवनिंग सूरज बेटा, बहुत बहुत खुश रहिए. आई जस्ट वॉन्ट पीपल टू फोकस. अभी हम क्या है कि जो चीज बात कर रहे हैं, जो लोग थोड़ा लेट आए हैं, यू कैन वॉच द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव मिस्ड. okay, so let me take some of the, if you group some of the issues into certain categories, ठीक है. for example, political aspects की अगर हम बात करते हैं, okay, political geography is the part. so you have political aspects that are manifested in different forms. okay, वो अलग अलग फॉर्म में क्या है आपको दिखाई देते हैं. अगर हम एग्जाम्पल की बात करें, हिस्टोरिकल इश्यूज को अगर हम देखते हैं, इजराइल पैलेस्टाइन, ठीक है, इजराइल पैलेस्टाइन एक पुराना इशू है. अभी नया देखें, रशिया यूक्रेन, ठीक है. दीज आर पार्ट ऑफ द जियोपॉलिटिक्स. ओके, These are the aspects that are part of geopolitics. रशिया यूक्रेन, पॉलिटिकल चीजों से जो भी हो, पहले हम जियोपॉलिटिक्स वाले मुद्दे देखते हैं, फिर इंटरनली जो इंडिया में चल रहा है वो भी देखेंगे. विल लुक एट दोज एस्पेक्ट्स एज वेल. ठीक है. नाउ इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द कश्मीर इशू, अगेन ट्रेडिशनल इशू है ये. ओके, बट सम ऑफ द बॉर्डर इशूज इफ यू टॉक अबाउट, कश्मीर इशू तो है ही, बट बॉर्डर इशूज मोर रिसेंटली इफ यूल सी, we had some skirmishes with Nepal. Indo-Pak is something that always happens. Indo-China, okay, or maybe we had some issues with Sri Lanka as well when we talk about some of the fishermen and all. Okay, so all these things are border issues. They are part of the geopolitics. ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें क्या कर रही हैं, they are under geopolitics, political aspects. Okay, if you talk about the demand for newer states, ये भी आपका हिस्सा है सिलेबस का ही. ठीक है, ये जियो पॉलिटिक्स का पार्ट नहीं है, बट पॉलिटिक्स का पार्ट है और इंडिया को अफेक्ट करता है. ओके, सूरज बेटा, मे बी विल टॉक अबाउट दैट इन सम डिफरेंट सेशन. ओके, मे बी राजीव सर विल हेल्प यू विद दैट बेटर. ठीक है, वो आपको ज्यादा हेल्प कर पाएंगे. हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल एट दिस पॉइंट इन टाइम. ओके, सो अगर पॉलिटिकल भी आप देखते हैं, अगर हमें नक्सलिज्म पे ही लिखना हो, ठीक है, वी हैव सीन इन पास्ट दैट इवन इन ऑप्शनल सच इश्यूज आर आस्क्ड, पॉलिटिकल चीजें जो हैं. ओके, और मे बी इफ यूल थिंक दैट डिमांड ऑफ ग्रेटर नागालैंड, ओके, नागालैंड में क्या है कि इसका हमेशा से रहता है. सम ऑफ द ट्रेडिशनल इश्यूज, ग्रेटर नागालैंड, okay, or demand of newer states. So these are some of the issues that you can club under the political aspects. Okay, it is part of the geopolitics, but plus it is part of the contemporary issues that is mentioned in the syllabus. Okay, contemporary issues में क्या है कि आपके ये आ जाते हैं डिफरेंट चैप्टर में, रीजनल डेवलपमेंट में आ जाता है बहुत सारा टॉपिक, नक्सलिज्म एंड ऑल इज अफेक्टिंग रीजनल डेवलपमेंट. ओके, तो अगर आप इन चीजों को क्या है कि ग्रुप कर सकते हैं, देन you'll always have more advantage than others. Okay, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि इस बार भी if you look at mains, definitely we are going to find a question, okay, related to these topics. It is certainty each year we have one or more questions based on these topics, either in paper 1 or paper 2 of geography optional. आपको हर साल दिखाई देता है इसमें. Okay, so जब आप जानते हैं कि ये क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं, then it is your responsibility to make sure that you are looking at some of the perspectives that you have read in geography optional. अभी क्या है कि ये जो विजन पढ़ के चले जाते हैं आप, और उसमें जो लिखा हुआ है वही लिख के आ जाते हैं, and you think that I have made a diagram as well. मैंने तो डायग्राम भी बनाया था, फिर मुझे मार्क्स नहीं आया ऑप्शनल में. A lot of students complained कि मेंस में नंबर नहीं आ रहा है, लिख के आए थे. बेटा आपसे यूपीएससी को कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है, ठीक है, या आप स्टेट का एग्जाम दे रहे हैं उसे भी आपसे कोई दुश्मनी नहीं है, उसे लेना एक एफिशिएंट आदमी है. ओके, एंड समबडी हु इज डूइंग फ्यू ऑफ द थिंग्स बेटर देन यू, दे विल डेफिनेटली वांट टू select them, they'll want to give them more marks when compared with somebody who is writing something which is written in the newspaper directly. Okay, so at this point in time you have to understand that until and unless you are doing something differently, you'll always find it difficult to justify the thing. So maybe अब ये political aspects पे अगर हम geography optional की बात करते हैं, so let me help you with some of the aspects, some of the things that you have read somewhere and that you can use while writing the answers of political aspects in whatever form the question is. Okay, किसी भी फॉर्म में क्वेश्चन है तो हमारे भाषा में क्या क्या शब्द यूज होने चाहिए जिससे हमारा आंसर क्या है कि लगे कि ज्योग्राफी के स्टूडेंट का है. ठीक है, ऑप्शनल के आंसर्स क्या है कि जीएस के आंसर से डिफरेंट होते हैं. ये सभी ने जिन्होंने पेपर देखा है उनको पता है कि 400 नंबर कैसा आ रहा है आज की डेट में. You are looking at the question paper and you discover that 400 marks can be attempted by reading the news events only. Okay, almost 400 marks. Okay, if you are focusing on section B of each paper, paper 1 and paper 2, you'll discover that almost 400 marks can be attempted from the things that you read in the newspaper. Okay, that are actually that look like it is from current affairs, environmental geography, biogeography. Okay, if we talk about economic geography, population, settlement, all of these are like what? All the questions are contemporary in nature. ठीक है, इनसे रिलेटेड जितने भी क्वेश्चन आते हैं वो सारे के सारे कैसे हैं? दे आर कंटेम्प्रेरी इन नेचर. तो ऑप्शनल में आप कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स पढ़ते हैं. ओके, अगर हम बात करते हैं ये सारे की सारी लड़ाइयां जो हैं या प्रॉब्लम्स जो हैं, ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट यू आर लुकिंग एट, इट इज हैपनिंग इन सम रीजन, किसी जगह पे हो रहा है. ओके, एंड इट इज हैपनिंग बिकॉज पीपल हैव डिफरेंट परसेप्शंस अबाउट दिस प्लेस. अभी कश्मीर जो हमारे लिए है वो पाकिस्तान के लिए नहीं है. ठीक है, पांगोंग सो में जो हो रहा है, जो चाइना सोच रहा है वो हमारे लिए नहीं है. ओके, इंडो नेपाल स्क्रिमिसेस और श्रीलंका, ये क्या है, पर्सपेक्टिव अलग अलग है सेम रीजन का. तो whenever we are writing an answer for this thing, you have read about the Nave region. If your answer will contain some words like these, okay, that this is a Nave region, or in other terms you can call it as a perceptual region. Okay, so all of the fight that is happening, all of the problems that are happening is happening because there is some perception of a region in the minds of the people, okay, in the mind of the government that is involved in those skirmishes, those problems. ठीक है, तो ये आपने किसी और चैप्टर में पढ़ा है ये टर्म. ओके, रीजनल प्लानिंग is the chapter where you talk about region and you talk about certain terms. तो आपके आंसर में कहीं ना कहीं अगर आप इस वर्ड को यूज करते हैं, it will reflect that at least you have a better understanding of the things that you have read. आपने जो भी पढ़ा है उसका आपको कंप्लीट अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, आप समझते हैं कि उसको यूज कैसे करना है. ओके, नाउ अब दूसरी चीज जो है, नेव रीजन तो ठीक है, बट वाई, लेट्स से दैट गवर्नमेंट का इंटरेस्ट अलग हो सकता है, लेकिन पब्लिक भी क्यों इन्वॉल्व हो रही है? ओके, वाई इवन द पब्लिक इज इन्वॉल्व in these kind of things? Because every individual, every population has a sense of place. ठीक है, अब ये जो सेंस ऑफ प्लेस का कॉन्सेप्ट है, ओके, सेंस ऑफ प्लेस का कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये आपने कहीं और पढ़ा हुआ है. ओके, इट बिलोंग्स टू सम अदर चैप्टर. ठीक है, बहुत सारे बच्चे जो पूरा सिलेबस पढ़ चुके हैं, दे विल बी वेरी इजिली they'll be in a position to understand कि या हमने ये वहां पढ़ा था, यहां पढ़ा था. Some of you who are like, who have not completed the thing, you need to understand that you'll be reading these things in some other topic. Okay, लेकिन इसी वाले आंसर में हमें क्या है, दूसरे चैप्टर में पढ़ा हुआ कॉन्सेप्ट चाहिए. ओके, नाउ जियोपॉलिटिक्स में ये आप पढ़ते हैं फ्रंटियर्स एंड बाउंड्रीज का कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, frontiers and boundaries. ओके, अब ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है कि आप दूसरे चैप्टर में पढ़ते हैं. अगेन दिस इज इन सम अदर चैप्टर, दैट इज इन जियोपॉलिटिक्स वी रीड दिस टॉपिक. अब ये दूसरे चैप्टर में है. फ्रंटियर्स में भी क्या है, ज्यादातर लड़ाइयां क्यों हैं, बाउंड्रीज क्या हैं, सुपर इंपोज्ड हैं, दे आर नॉट एंटीसीडेंट. ओके, तो जब बाउंड्रीज के कॉन्सेप्ट को आप याद करते हैं, तो you'll remember that you have read about two things. One is antecedent boundary. Okay, so this is one type. There is superimposed boundary. और ये क्या है, these are the words which help you to reflect that your language is geographically aligned. जब आप ऐसे टर्म्स को यूज कर रहे होते हैं अपने आंसर में, okay, that you have read, definitely you will be reading these things. Okay, or you must have read, everybody who has completed the syllabus of geography, ये सारे टर्म्स क्या हैं, आपने कहीं ना कहीं पढ़े होते हैं. और इनके लिए आप क्या कर रहे होते हैं, you use a simple language of English. ठीक है, जो आपने किसी मैगजीन में पढ़ा होता है. तो अगर आप वो लैंग्वेज लिखेंगे, and there is some student who is aware that we have read about these concepts in our syllabus and he is using such terms, plus he is highlighting them. So you also know that कोई भी पढ़ेगा तो जिसने ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल पढ़ा हुआ है, he'll understand कि या थोड़ी डेप्थ है नॉलेज में. ओके, बट आप ये भी समझिए कि when you have figured out that these are the topics that are important for this year maybe, or UPSC is always focusing on these topics, you also know कि ये एक ही नोटबुक में आप क्या कर सकते हैं, एक साइड ये लिखते जा रहे हैं आप. ओके, आप ये एक जगह लिखते जा रहे हैं. अभी के अभी रेडी हो रहा है आपका एक बहुत कॉमन टॉपिक जिसमें से क्वेश्चन आने वाला है. आप कहीं का भी एग्जाम दे रहे हो, इफ यू आर राइटिंग ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल, वेदर इट इज यूपीएससी और सम स्टेट सर्विसेज, वी आर गोइंग टू फाइंड अ क्वेश्चन, एटलीस्ट वन क्वेश्चन विच इज अलाइन टू दीज थिंग्स. ठीक है, अभी प्लस क्या है, जियोपॉलिटिक्स में आपने पढ़ा हुआ है हर्टलैंड और रिमलैंड का कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, तो आज भी जो रशिया यूक्रेन है या कश्मीर इशू है, ओके, दिस इज हैपनिंग इन दीज रीजन्स ओनली. सो व्हेन यू इंक्लूड दिस थिंग, हर्टलैंड और रिमलैंड, ओके, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट व्हाट मकाइंडर सेड, व्हाट स्पाइकमैन सेड. नाउ यू आर रिफ्लेक्टिंग कि अभी कंटेम्प्रेरी इशू को हम क्या है, थ्योरी से जोड़ने में सक्षम है. यू कैन इजिली add the theoretical part with some of the events that is happening today. So you know that there was certain person who talked about this region and the disturbances of the region. Okay, so it gives more fillip to your answer. Okay, your contention becomes more vibrant. The examiner is now interested कि नहीं आपको बहुत सारी चीजें पता है. Okay, अब इसी की अगर हम बात करते हैं, इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस थिंग, कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस भी बहुत बड़ा कारण है कि आप लोगों की लड़ाई हो रही है. ओके, सो कहीं कहीं क्या है, द कल्चरल डिफ्यूजन हैज टेकन प्लेस टू एन एक्सटेंट दैट people are not willing to fight. For example, अगर आप क्या है कुछ बॉर्डर एरियाज को देखेंगे, वहां कभी डिस्टर्बेंस ही नहीं होती है, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। भूटान के साथ क्या हमारा है ही नहीं। ओके, अगर आप चाइना के साथ भी लड़ाई देखेंगे, बिकॉज ऑफ द फिजिकल फैक्टर्स दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड टू फाइट अस इन उत्तराखंड। ओके, वो क्या है, वहां लड़ नहीं सकते हैं। तो फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट्स पे आप क्या है कि उस पर बात कर सकते हैं, जहां हम आना जाना कर सकते हैं, स्टिल वी आर नॉट फाइटिंग। दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट, बिकॉज ऑफ द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द कल्चर। सो दीज आर द प्लेसेस वेयर डिफ्यूजन ऑफ कल्चर हैज टेकन प्लेस। तो आप इसके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं। ओके, नाउ further, if we talk about Huntington, who said that this religion has become a cause of conflict for us, for the human civilization. आप कहीं का भी ले लीजिए, ठीक है, जितने भी conflict हैं, 90% of the conflict at this point in time are not for maybe some of the resources, they are based on some of the cultural beliefs. ठीक है, so you have Huntington, okay, and the cultural conflict. तो अगर आप क्या है कि डिफरेंट चैप्टर्स, ठीक है, ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स आप अलग अलग चैप्टर में पढ़ते हैं। ओके, दीज कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर स्प्रेड ओवर 5-7 चैप्टर्स, एंड आप पढ़ भी कैसे रहे हैं, यू आर रीडिंग इट इन डिफरेंट चैप्टर्स, एंड नाउ यू आर नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू कोप विद दैट। पूरा सिलेबस पढ़ लिया है, लेकिन हमें एक जगह नहीं है, तो हमें समझ ही नहीं आता है। नाउ अब इतने सारे हो गए ये भी। ओके, इवन इफ यू हैव डन दिस थिंग, ओके, आपने बहुत सारी मेहनत की, अपने नोट्स को उठाया, आपने खोजा खोजा खोजा, और आप एक जगह कर ही लेते हैं इसको। ठीक है, लाइक आई सेड, ये सारे इशू इससे लिखे जा सकते हैं। ओके, बट इफ विल ट्राई टू इंक्लूड ऑल ऑफ देम, डू यू थिंक दैट इट विल बी पॉसिबल फॉर यू टू राइट द आंसर? You won't be able to, right? तो हमें यह भी समझना है along with this that some of the issues will require only 3 of them. Okay, so हमें सारे नहीं लिखने हैं एक ही आंसर में, बट ये सारे जब हमें पता होंगे तो हम अपने आंसर में क्या कर सकते हैं, we can include some of them because we don't have liberty to write all of them. Okay, but if you have collected all such things at a single place, then you'll flip through those 30-40 pages just before you enter the exam hall, and you'll see that your answers are reflecting the things, the understanding that you have developed over time by reading the subject matter, that is of geography. Okay, तो ये एक वो एस्पेक्ट है जो लिंकेजेस, ये एक लिंकेज है जो आपको समझना है। द इंटरलिंकेजेस प्रोग्राम टेक्स केयर ऑफ दिस थिंग। फॉर एवरी चैप्टर वी आर गोइंग टू ग्रुप द थिंग्स into certain broad categories like we have done here, and then we'll see कि what are the thinkers that can be utilized to write that answer. ये सिर्फ एक एस्पेक्ट है, थिंकर्स जो सबसे टफ पार्ट है उसका एग्जाम्पल मैंने लिया है कि आप कैसे इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं, हाउ यू कैन इंक्लूड these things in your answers. Okay, rest of the things if we talk about, दूसरी चीजें जो हैं इसी में जो आप कर सकते हैं, that you can do, that we have to learn is about the fact sheet जो आपके पास होनी चाहिए. Okay, most of the student have what, facts उनके बिखरे हुए हैं नोटबुक में, they have no idea कि what is going on at this point in time, and their fact sheet is spread over whole of the notebook. और जब क्या है, मेंस दे रहे होते हैं, when you are appearing for the mains, you don't have this much of time to flip through all the pages. So okay, अब मान लेते हैं कि this part you have done in let's say 30-40 pages. Okay, so 30-40 pages you are good to write 400 marks. Okay, using this thing, one of the things that is basic necessity. ये आप क्या है इससे कर पा रहे हैं, एक एलिमेंट आपने बहुत स्ट्रांग कर लिया है. ओके, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल दे अगेन फेल इन वन एस्पेक्ट, दैट इज द फैक्ट शीट. ओके, बहुत सारी चीजें हो थोड़ी रही हैं, अगर आप पूरे साल का भी न्यूज देखते हैं. सो व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, अगर आप अपने चैप्टर्स को ही देखें, ओके, अगर हम पॉपुलेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, हम सेटलमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, or you are talking about industry. Okay, and you go on, trade, transport, everything. Okay, trade, transport. Again, what you need to do, you need to make sure that you have 4-5 pages of fact sheet, because you know कि questions में कौन से fact use होने वाले हैं. वन चाइल्ड पॉलिसी का हल्ला हो रहा है अभी. वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सपेक्ट ए क्वेश्चन ऑन दैट, विल डेफिनेटली सी ए क्वेश्चन ऑन दैट. आपको वो क्वेश्चन दिखाई देगा. ठीक है, तो जब आप वो क्वेश्चन कर रहे होंगे, कंटेम्प्रेरी क्वेश्चंस, जब आप आर्गुमेंट लिखने वाले हैं, ओके, आर्गुमेंट्स, you need to have these facts so that you can back your arguments. Okay, you need to back your arguments with facts. और अगर वो 4 पेजेस में है, even before entering the exam hall, okay, even before entering the exam hall, you can go through them. आप उसको एक बार देखेंगे, आपको दिमाग में बहुत क्लियर होगा और आप जाके लिख पाएंगे. ठीक है. नाउ मैप्स, ऑफ कोर्स मोस्ट ऑफ यू हु आर हैविंग ज्योग्राफी ऑप्शनल, आई प्रिज्यूम दैट यू हैव प्रैक्टिस्ड अ लॉट. ओके, अब फैक्ट्स भी प्रेजेंट करने का तरीका ऐसा, कुछ लोग क्या है स्टेटमेंट्स में लिख लिख के फैक्ट दे देते हैं, विच बिकम्स इनविजिबल, वो दिखाई ही नहीं देता है. नाउ एग्जामिनर डजंट हैव मोटिवेशन टू गिव यू मोर मार्क्स, जब उन्हें दिख ही नहीं रहा है कि आपने क्या लिखा हुआ है और बहुत सारे पेपर चेक करने हैं, वो आप ही का बैठ के तो चेक करने वाले नहीं है कि इस बच्चे ने क्या किया है. There has to be a way to present your facts. Okay, आप क्या है कि कुछ लोग हैं एक ही फैक्ट दिखाना है एक रीजन पे. Some smart guy is gonna do what? Maybe he'll draw a pie chart and he'll show some of the elements. So this fact becomes visible. But some of the students, what they are gonna do? They'll write in the statements, लिखे जा रहे हैं, लिखे जा रहे हैं, लिखे जा रहे हैं. Okay. So when somebody is doing like that, the chances of them okay getting more marks reduces. okay, तो हमारा फैक्ट शीट भी कैसा होना चाहिए? We'll be looking at the ways which can help us to present them in a format which is going to fetch us more marks. So the fact sheet that you are making, you have to do this activity in that fact sheet only. बाद में करने वाले नहीं हैं आप, अभी जो टाइम है मेन से पहले, you are supposed to do this thing at that juncture only. आज आप पढ़ने वाले हैं, आज आपको कर लेना है. ओके, नाउ द डायग्राम्स. ओके, इंडिया का मैप बनाना है. कुछ बच्चे कैसे होते हैं, ये है पेज. ओके, let's say this is the page where you are supposed to write on both sides, you'll not be allowed to write and you have to write here. So some students, what they do, they make a big diagram here, and now the number of pages which is given to you is limited. Okay, now you cannot write the things that you wanted to because of lack of space. और examiner को क्या जा रहा है sense that you are not aware of the things, so probably you are trying to cover the space and you want to write less. Okay, तो answer writing जब आप कर रहे होते हैं, then you have to have a very clear understanding of how you are going to utilize the space. Okay, most of the times you can draw the diagrams in such a manner that you can utilize most of the space without compromising the quality of your answers. Okay, तो ये सारी चीजें भी हम बात करने वाले हैं, इस पे भी the program will take care of this thing as well. Okay, and lot more things are there that we'll be learning. Okay, linkages, main चीज जो बच्चे नहीं समझ पाते हैं. Okay, the first thing that I discussed. Okay, this is the toughest part, as most of the students whoever come to me, they tell me कि सर ये वाला part नहीं हो पा रहा है. Okay, so I am going to make it a lot easier for you. We'll do it chapter wise, topic wise. You'll have a group of things, group of thinkers, clear understanding. पहले concepts पे हम discuss करेंगे, फिर answers लिख के देखेंगे कि वो use कैसे होता है. ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने आपको fact sheet पकड़ा दी, हाँ ये think करे, ये think करे. Then you'll not be able to write your answers. So in order to write better answers, what we need these things along with some of the answers. पर दोनों चीजें करने के लिए समय कितना है? अगर आप इस बार मेंस देने वाले हैं, probably you'll think that you don't have much time. Okay, but believe me, we don't actually need so much time again. Okay, and this time we have made a little change in the way interlinkages program was going on last year. ठीक है, पहले हम क्या करते थे कि लाइव क्लासेस में कॉन्सेप्ट्स को, जो कि मोस्ट ऑफ द बच्चे देने वाले हैं एग्जाम, वो पढ़े हुए रहते हैं. ओके, so they had to attend the classes. It took a lot of time to cover the concepts that probably most of the people knew. ठीक है, almost 90% of the concepts every notebook has. Yeah, that is true, right? तो इस बार हम लोग क्या करने वाले हैं, we are going to focus more on the elements which are here. Okay, हमारा प्राइमरी फोकस क्या होगा कि द टाइम दैट यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन द लाइव सेशन इज टू इंश्योर दैट यू लर्न ऑल दीज थिंग्स. आप ये सारी चीजें सीख पाए, समझ पाए और लिख पाए. एंड विल बी राइटिंग इट इन द लाइव सेशन टुगेदर. ओके, विल डिस्कस द थिंग्स विच आर पॉसिबल टू डू इन द लिमिटेड टाइम. ओके, उसको हम अरेंज कैसे करेंगे, स्टेटमेंट्स कैसे फ्रेम होंगे, आर्गुमेंट्स को कैसे लिख सकते हैं, फैक्ट्स को कैसे लिख सकते हैं, कौन सी चीज पिक करनी है इनमें से जो लिंकेजेस हैं. ओके, विल बी डूइंग दैट, ऑल ऑफ दैट. सो दिस टाइम व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इन इंटरलिंकेजेस इज द a little change from the last session. Okay, so before every session, okay, this year what I am gonna do, you'll get the video of the concepts. Okay, you'll get the video of concept, plus you are not supposed to make any notes. Okay, we are going to make it easier for you. You'll get the notes on this video lecture. आपको नोट्स भी मिल जाएगा. So you'll not be investing your time on making notes. At most what you can do, maybe if you find like you need to add something, you can modify something, you can modify that notes. You'll be given the notes, you need to take out the printout and you need to just have a look at the video, maybe at 1.5x speed, so that you can save time. आपका समय जिससे बच पाए. Okay, so you'll be doing that. दूसरी चीज क्या है, in the live session, based on these concepts, we'll be looking at the questions which are probable, how to write them, how to frame them, what kind of introduction is going to fetch you more marks. Okay, so we'll be trying to create a template in real sense which you can utilize directly in the exam. Okay, for most of the questions, so you can do that thing. ठीक है, तो जो लाइव लेक्चर होगा, लाइव क्लास, okay, here first thing that we'll be doing is doubt clearance if any. ठीक है, हो सकता है कि after watching the videos of the concepts, maybe you'll wherever you have read, आपने जिनसे पढ़ा हो उन्होंने हो सकता है वो चीज पढ़ा ही नहीं हो. Okay, because all the teachers focus on 95% the same content is there, 5% क्या है, it varies. Okay, so of course it varies 5%. तो उसमें हो सकता है कि आपको क्लियर नहीं हो, तो we'll focus on the doubt clearance of the topics that we are taking, the chapters that we are taking. Okay, based on that video you will be allowed to ask your questions, and when most of the time you will not have any doubt. Okay, that I can confirm कि आपको बहुत कम डाउट होने वाले हैं, बट स्टिल अगर मैं मान लेता हूं कि हैं, तो विल फोकस ऑन द डाउट क्लियरेंस प्लस द आंसर राइटिंग. ओके, विल टेक क्वेश्चंस एंड विल ट्राई टू फ्रेम द आंसर्स, विल ट्राई टू ऑर्गेनाइज द आंसर्स. ठीक है, विल फ्रेम इट, फ्रेमवर्क, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, presentation, all of the things will be taken care of. Okay, and this will of course include all the things that we had written, the maps, the flow diagrams, the case studies. okay, what, why and how of everything, okay, we'll be doing that. वो हर aspect पे हम काम करने वाले हैं. So before the lecture you'll get this video which you can watch on 1.5x 2x speed, because you'll understand it even if you're watching it pretty quick. I'm sure that you'll understand everything, so you'll save time. The second thing that we are doing, you'll be given the notes so that you have ready format of the lecture, handwritten notes in good handwriting, which will be clearly visible. You just need to maybe take out the printout and you can focus on that and you'll learn the things faster. And then we'll focus in the live session taking some of the questions and writing answers by grouping the concepts, okay, so that we can come up with certain things which will become a template for each and every question that you are going to see in the exam, okay. So this period is going to be a period where you'll test yourself every day. We'll try to write the answer together, you'll learn that answer, then I will check one answer every day, okay. जो हम क्वेश्चन ले लेंगे क्लास में, that will become easier for you, but I have to understand कि how much you are getting it, in what direction you are, okay. So I'll not involve somebody else to check your papers. I'll go through your answer scripts myself, okay. So the reason is that we are going to have a very limited number of people who can take admission, because it is beyond my capacity to check the answer script of maybe 25 people even, right. तो हम बहुत कम बच्चों का एडमिशन इस प्रोग्राम में लेने वाले हैं और सबके आंसर मैं चेक करने वाला हूं. आई एक्सपेक्ट एवरीबडी टू राइट वन आंसर every day, ठीक है, so that when you'll do this thing, you are writing one answer every day, you'll see that you learn it faster, you understand the things faster, and finally you deliver the thing in exam hall and you score 300 plus marks, okay, that we can achieve in a limited span of time without investing too much time, okay. तो हम सारी चीज का बहुत क्विकली लेके निकल जाएंगे. विल सी दैट हाउ टू राइट गुड आंसर्स, एंड दिस इज द थिंग. मेंस में क्या है, आप आंसर जो लिखते हैं दैट इज द रिफ्लेक्शन विच द एग्जामिनर हैज, ओके. अभी आपको नॉलेज कितना है, घर पे मैं कितना पढ़ता था, वो चीज काम नहीं आती है, ओके. दैट इज solely based on what? The things that you are going to write in the exam, the things that you are going to present in the exam hall, and your answer script will tell the examiner how much prepared you were to become an IAS officer, okay. So this is an opportunity for everybody to learn this art of writing very good answers within the limited period of time, which has delivered in the past and which will definitely help you to get results, okay. And you have many of the candidates who have made it through, okay, in the limited span of time. So they are doing some of the things right, and you are supposed to do that thing right. Then and then only you'll be in a position to make it happen for yourself, okay. तो पहले से आप जितना तैयार रहेंगे उतना ज्यादा आपको फायदा होगा. जितनी आपकी तैयारी अच्छी होगी उतने चांसेस होंगे कि आप क्वालिफाई कर जाएंगे, okay. Because you must have heard of this thing, and nowadays the very unpredictable thing is happening. Many of the people who are getting selected are failing to qualify even the prelims next time, right. So it is of utmost importance that you understand this thing, and when you have an opportunity you must utilize it to maximize your advantage and get through the exam, okay. So this is the thing that I wanted to discuss. Plus for somebody who is new and they have no idea ki what kind of answers probably you are going to see, okay, what kind of things that probably will be doing. The concept part, of course, this thing that we have done, some of these things, you'll get the recorded lecture where you'll get the notes as well. The answer writing thing जो असली है, ठीक है, जो नॉलेज इनहेंसमेंट है, जो प्रेजेंटेशन इनहेंस करने का तरीका है, ठीक है. विल बी डूइंग दैट इन लाइव सेशन सो दैट वी कैन सेव टाइम फॉर यू. ओके, आपका समय बचा सके तो आपको नोट्स भी दिए जाएंगे. एंड आई विल बी ऑन दिस channel only. Okay, there is one video related to interlinkages for the people who are new, who have never seen how to go about the answer writing. You have this one of the questions discussed few days back only. You can search that thing, or maybe I'll share that thing on my Telegram channel, Geography Optional Target 300 plus. After this session only, I'll share some of the things that you can see. Geography Optional Target 300 plus. Okay, this is my Telegram channel. I'll share the video. Okay, how to go about the answers. So I want everybody to visit this thing, whoever is new. Okay, and in case you have any questions, you can ask. Now I'm open to questions. And from Tuesday we'll start our session. ठीक है, जो सेशन है वो हमारा ट्यूसडे से स्टार्ट होगा. So all the students who get enrolled will get the links on Monday, so that they can go through the first concept video, so that from Tuesday we can discuss the art of answer writing. Okay, so it will start from Tuesday. And yeah, this is the number, that the numbers are reflected here. You need to note down these numbers. You can contact Change IS team and they'll talk to you and they'll tell you rest of the things which is needed, क्या क्या चीजें हैं इसमें. Okay, so we'll be doing that. और अभी आपके कोई भी सवाल हो, okay, you have any type of question, I'm open to the questions. I'll take your questions. Okay, कोई भी आपका सवाल हो, you feel like you need to you want to clarify some of the things related to geography or maybe about this program, you can ask your questions. कोई भी सवाल है आप पूछ सकते हैं. Okay, everyone, if you have got any questions about the program or maybe related to the mains preparation, okay, and especially if somebody is like they have covered the syllabus and they are continuously writing mains and not scoring good marks, okay, so this is for you. And maybe जो लोग थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन किए हैं, आप लोग क्या है कि देख सकते हैं. Vignesh, Harsh beta, a very good evening. Vignesh, the classes most probably will be on Change IS app, and if not, it will be through maybe Zoom. Okay, and you'll get the recorded session that you can re-watch. This facility will be provided to you, but it will be like for individual people. It will be one watch at a time, so nobody can watch it. You'll have to send a request to get that thing the second time. Okay, yeah, Ayan, this is the purpose. The videos will help you to cover everything pretty quickly. Okay, last time we had only live sessions. उससे हुआ क्या था कि students got less time to invest on answer writing. This year what we are gonna do, you'll get the conceptual part because most of the part is like you have read. Okay, आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ा होता है तो आप उसको इजीली कवर कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो दिस इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू. तो दोनों चीजें होंगी, लाइव सेशंस फॉर लर्निंग द आर्ट ऑफ आंसर राइटिंग एंड दिस थिंग फॉर Vignesh, the timing for the classes will be from 2:30 live classes I'm talking about. Okay, 2:30 PM to 4 PM. Okay, because we'll be focusing solely on the answer writing part in this time, and the lecture that you'll get will be also like 1:30 to 2 hours. Okay, 1.5 hours to 2 hours, but you can see that thing on 2x speed. It will save you time because we are going to provide you the exact notes of the lecture. some of the part that you think you are not much familiar with, maybe you can watch it later. Okay, maybe you can watch it slow, not later, you can watch it slow. Okay, Hers, हर्ष बेटा, इट solely depends on your interest. Every subject is a good subject. अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट है, अगर स्कोर के हिसाब से देखा जाए, ठीक है, if you are targeting UPSC, if you want to look at some of the subject which is giving ranks, बहुत सारे बच्चों का क्या है, रैंक है, तो आप ज्योग्राफी से टॉप 5 में है, सोशियोलॉजी से हैं, PSIR से हैं, तो सारे सब्जेक्ट अच्छे हैं. आपका इंटरेस्ट किस में है, आपको राइट गाइडेंस किस में है, you have to look at these aspects. First thing that is very necessary to choose a subject is interest that you are having in the subject, and you'll understand that by looking at some of the lectures or maybe looking at the question paper. Reading books may not reflect the interest. किताबें पढ़नी बचपन से सबको बहुत अच्छी नहीं लगती हैं, तो पढ़ने में हर सब्जेक्ट ही बोरिंग लग सकता है. सो वॉच सम वीडियोस एंड डिस्कवर फॉर योरसेल्फ. ओके, क्योंकि टॉपर्स हर सब्जेक्ट से आते हैं, सिलेक्शन हर सब्जेक्ट से होता है, तो आपका इंटरेस्ट जरूरी है. ओके, सो विघ्नेश, आयान, हर्ष, यू हैव एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? So if you have got any other questions, so these things, the combination will take care of all the understanding that you require. Okay, and that too within a very small period of time. Okay, last time it was only around 45 hours, whole of the lectures. There was no recorded lecture, only 45 hours of lecture, and the students delivered. We have results, right? बच्चों को बहुत ज्यादा नंबर आया है. ओके, आयान बेटा क्या है कि आप बात कर सकते हैं. द फीस डिस्काउंट एज फार एज आई कैन से दिस इज फॉर द इंस्टीट्यूशन, राइट? लाइक आई सेड, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू टेक मच मोर एडमिशंस. सो फी को अगर आप देखेंगे, द काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट आप 7 महीने में जो नहीं सीख पाते हैं, वो आप क्या है कि मे बी यू learn in 50 hours. Okay, and for this program a lot of people are involved, right? So maybe you can request the management to consider something. I'll also maybe ask them to consider if some of the students are genuinely facing any problem. Okay, so definitely it will be considered, but you need to talk about it. Yeah, Vignesh, the live questions will be based on question and answer format only. Some of the questions will try to write full answers, some of the questions will take and will brainstorm and will understand ki what kind of introduction is there, where to put the fact, how to put the fact, where exactly we have to put the map. Okay, and what exactly is the thinker which can fit in rightly at this place, kis theory ko, which model can actually help, which graph can be actually added to the answer to make it more visible, more good. Okay, the answer has to reflect itself, because you'll not get an opportunity to tell the examiner ki I worked hard. Your answer has to tell this thing, right? So the presentation part, the content enrichment will look at all the aspects. Okay, the current affairs, the case studies, how to add them, what to write, how to write, and I'm pretty sure that the number of hours that we are going to invest, probably you'll be like, you'll understand everything. Okay, because last time also we had seen phenomenal improvement in the students. Okay, and maybe if you have seen this some of the testimony of the students over my website, you'll understand that how wonderful that program was for the students from their perspective only. Okay, the feedback was awesome, the results that they got were awesome. Okay, so many of the students hitting around more than 270 marks is something which is really good. Okay, and if you are scoring around 300 marks, definitely you know that you are going to get selected. The only thing which will be required is you'll have to work as per the instructions. जो आपको बताया जाए आप follow करें. Okay, I'll expect that when I tell you to write one answer every day, you'll be writing one answer every day. because within first 15-20 days only you'll discover that you have transformed yourself. The answers that you are writing is altogether different level that you used to write. चीजें बहुत ज्यादा बदलेंगी बहुत तेजी से. Okay, because we'll be talking about all the aspects. The recorded lectures will help you to align the things, and when we'll write the answers, you'll get that you can do it pretty easily. Yeah, Ayan, every day you'll be writing answers, and I'll be checking those myself. Like I said, I'll not allow somebody else to go through that answer. I'll read your answer. I'll pinpoint myself what are the problem areas where you need to improve. Okay, so every day you have to write one answer that I myself will check. Okay, बहुत जगह क्या होता है लोगों को दे देते हैं चेक करने के लिए, तो वो मैं नहीं करने वाला हूं. This program is to ensure that you get 300 plus marks. Okay, it is to ensure that you get those many marks so that you can get a rank. Okay, because if you get around 300 marks in your optional, you definitely will qualify the exam, you know, any type of exam. Okay, somebody is scoring 300 marks will clear the exam. Okay, and that too in less time. We are going to do it in limited span of time. We'll learn how to go about it. Okay, some of the basic text, of course, the static part you'll require to read that, but some of the dynamic questions, they are really easy. You'll discover that the dynamic questions are the most easy questions. Then you'll not be wasting your time over some of the static topics which don't fetch good marks. Abhi, let's say there is a question which says that write a short note on some current. Okay, let's say there is a question which current ke bare mein, write a note on maybe currents of the Atlantic Ocean, a direct question. Everybody is going to write the same thing. Then why the examiner is going to give you good marks? Everybody is going to make the same map. Everybody is going to write the same thing. Then why would examiner want to give you some extra marks? He won't. You'll get average marks only. And average marks means that you are not going to cross 300 marks. But if you are writing your answer on some of the contemporary topics, let's say there is a question on climate change, and now you innovate, you come up with the things that were historically present. You talk about some of the thinkers. You talk about some of the contemporary facts. You make a map. Okay, now your answer is different. Many a times Jammu and Kashmir, what people do, they'll make a map of Jammu and Kashmir and they'll write like GS answer. But like I have shown, if you use some of the terms like perceptual region, you talk about how the heartland and heartland theory talks about it, what it reflects. Okay, then you'll definitely get better marks, right? Your answer is going to be different from other people, and this is what you are supposed to do in exam hall. Visible answer. Visible का मतलब क्या है कि the answer has to speak for itself, and it can be done. A lot of people have done. People have scored more than 320 marks in geography, right? As if some of the science subjects do, right? 320 marks. So geography has potential of doing this thing. You have potential of doing this thing. So it is important that you invest your time in the right thing. Okay, and you'll have plenty of time to do rest of the things as well. Okay, you can focus on your essay, you can focus on GS, and with this program definitely one more thing that I can guarantee you, that your answers will improve for GS as well. क्योंकि जब आप ऑप्शनल में अच्छा आंसर लिख सकते हैं तो जीएस में कभी भी लिख सकते हैं. Okay, so definitely you are going to write better answers in general studies as well. It is not only the case of optional that is going to fetch you more marks. Your answers in GS will automatically improve. Okay, you'll have more input for your essay, but essay writing is slightly different. Of course, the content will be there with you, but this program will definitely help you score more marks in general studies as well, more than what you could have achieved without doing this. Okay, so whole approach to answer writing is going to change. One thing that is certainly assured in this program. Okay, Ayan, for GS not at this point in time, because I don't have time. I'm taking continuously 3 lectures every day, but it is the time when some of the people who are going to appear in the exam, this is the time when they need my help. So I always come up with this program in this period only. Okay, this is the time when I do this program. Mains आने वाला है, तो आपको है GS के लिए नहीं है ये प्रोग्राम अभी. We are not doing this thing for GS, but definitely in future we'll try to do that. But one thing I can ascertain you, that I can definitely tell you, is like, if you do this program, your answers of GS will also improve. Okay, because we are going to talk about some of the thematical things, okay, which can help you write any answer. Many of the people will be preparing 500, 600 different answers that you cannot do. Okay, you actually cannot do that thing. But if you'll focus on some of the themes and you know that exactly how to go about an answer, so you definitely has a template for your answer, okay, that is fixed in your mind, that you can use, okay, that you can replicate for most of the contemporary things. So definitely whole of GS is about contemporary things. So you'll write better answers in that as well. Okay, GS1, GS2, GS3, you'll definitely benefit from this program. Okay, if there is anything else somebody wants to ask, I want everybody to make sure that you are putting forward your questions. जितने भी आपके सवाल हैं, अभी कोई आपका सवाल है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. Okay, else after the enrollment, our first live lecture will be on Tuesday. We'll start from Tuesday and we'll be looking at directly the question answers. Okay, so all the enrolled students will get the video, concept video on Monday. Okay, and you have to go through that concept video, and the very next day, maybe thereafter as well, we'll be looking at questions. The whole focus will be to ensure that you improve, you imbibe, you learn and reproduce this thing in the best possible manner to fetch more than 300 marks. Okay, that is very much possible, that is very much doable. Okay, okay, Vignesh, Ayan, everything is looks good. Okay, so if anybody else, anybody amongst you is having any kind of question, feel free to drop your question maybe in the comment box. Okay, and you need to maybe reach out to these numbers in order to enroll yourself in this program, or you can reach out directly. You can reach out directly on the Telegram group, that is Geography Optional Target 300 plus. And definitely if I'll be available, I'll respond. If somebody else will be available, they will respond. Okay, but we are starting with this program on Tuesday, and one thing that I definitely can guarantee you, within 1 month, you'll transform yourself. The way you write your answers is going to change a lot. It is going to be very, very different from what you have been writing for these many years maybe. Okay, or some months for which you are writing. It is going to change your writing style in many ways that will have positive impact on your marks. Okay, and definitely you'll be in a position to get good marks. And of course, if you are scoring around 300, you'll have a full chance of getting through a top rank as well. It is not only about getting selected, but getting selected with a very good rank as well. Okay, so this time we are going to focus on both the aspects to save your time, to give you more clarity. And as I discussed, there is a little bit of change from the last time in order to ensure that all of you get things more clearly. Okay, so I don't see any more questions on the in the comment section. So I think that all of you are clear with the things that I discussed. आप सभी को समझ में आया होगा जो भी मैंने बताया है. Okay, so if you are appearing for any of the exams which has geography optional, this is the program for you. Okay, the special focus is on ensuring that you get more than 300 marks, and we'll try to do that thing. And everybody who have joined late, I'll suggest them to go through the whole video. Okay, it is my suggestion that you go through the whole video in order to ensure that you get each and everything that we have discussed. Okay, so maybe it is time I take your leave because I don't see any more questions on the board. तो आप पहले क्या है कि पूरे वीडियो को देखिए जितने लोग भी लेट आए हैं, और फिर क्या है कि यू कैन टेक योर डिसीजन, यू कैन रीच आउट on the given number, you can reach out to me on the Telegram group. Okay, and from Tuesday this program starts with the live session. All the enrolled students are going to get the video lectures on Monday for the concepts, quick revision of the concepts, and rest of the things live lecture will take care of the skill, the doubts, if any. Chances of them will be quite less, I know. Okay, so everyone have a wonderful time. Take a pause, take a break, have a coffee or tea, and then start with the studies. Because the more you invest time with books now, the more closer you will be to your target, your goal of becoming an IAS officer. Okay, so everyone stay healthy and blessed. Thank you.